Your light is next. You may continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. Talking about representation, here is the way you lay it out. I think it was probably one of the Adamses way back, John Adams, I'll attribute it to him, said that the governing body should be a portraiture in miniature of the constituency being represented. In other words, those who are being governed should have representation on the board or the body or the entity governing them. Black people have always been conspicuous by our absence. And even when we manage to get on a board like the school board, the city council, or the county board, we're still in such a small minority we can't get all the things done that ought to be done. The black representative on the city council spoke in favor of the park being named after me. And what he said meant nothing. When white people decide they're going to do something, they just do it. Then other times, they get all self-righteous and holy. But see, we don't forget. If you're the one who was slapped, you don't forget the slapper and what the slapper really is about. Even when he's trying to pretend to be something else and showing a different face to everybody else. White people are not lacking in representation just because they live in Elkhorn and Elkhorn was absorbed by the city of Omaha. They are not lacking in representation. Senator Peterson could not point to one thing they were entitled to that they don't have. Senator Pauls could not point to one thing that the group he was talking about was entitled to, but which they didn't have. The name was painted over on the water tower. So then Senator Pauls volunteered to put on some coveralls and a hat and get a paintbrush and go up there and paint the name back on, and they said, well, go do it. I want to see you do it. And he got up there and did it. Now they got the name on the water tower, and they're happy. It would take more than my name on a park to make me or anybody else happy. And I don't seek to have my name put on anything. And I told these black people, only because you all are my neighbors, only because you all respect me and I respect you all, will I let you put myself in the hands of these white people, put myself in the hands of these white people to be insulted and to have the people that mean so much to me insulted by these racists. I know what they're going to do to you. And I would not allow myself to be used in that fashion by anybody other than those in my community, because they believe these white people. I said, okay. You don't believe what I tell you that they are? Well, go down there and get your head thumped. Let them show you what they are. And they went down there and the white people showed them what they are. That's how I prevail. Let the white people's conduct show you what they are. Forget what I say. And when they go down there, because they say nobody could be that petty, they find out, good God, they are that petty. And worse. If you insult a child's father, do you think the child is going to respect you? When you insult a person whom those in the community love, are they going to love you? Elkhorn is not facing a lack of representation. But you know what? White people know everything. You all are mad at me. Vote for Senator Peterson's bill. You don't hurt me. I'm speaking for your governmental structure and the responsibility that the legislature ought to manifest. And you think if you vote for what I'm against, you're going to hurt me? I'm trying to save the integrity of your system. Your system. You all teach these principles that I'm giving back to you. I'm just trying to hold a mirror up so you can see yourself. Did I create the city council? No. The county board? No. The school board? No. Although it was during Reconstruction that black people got in offices in the South and created the first public education systems that ever existed. You all didn't know that, did you? Because they don't teach you that in school, because black people don't count. You think we've never done anything, have never been anything, and cannot do anything. So I show you a thing or two, don't I? Well, vote for what they're doing and show how little you think of your system because you want to fix me and show me something. Well, show me. I'm going to say like your president, bring it on, and I'm going to speak one more time. Thank you. Mr. President, this is the last time I'll speak on Senator Mines' amendment. Don't get too happy on his amendment. When Senator Friend said, look at that map and see all that white out there, I thought he was talking about really the population. And I was getting ready to say, you got that right, brother. You sure got that right. But let me tell you what white folks out there in western Omaha used to do. They had in their deeds what they would call restrictive covenants. This is in Omaha. No person of the African race can buy property out here, can live out here, can rent out here, unless they're as somebody's servant. And those restrictive racist covenants were enforceable in a court of law. And if a white person had the temerity to sell or lease property to a black person, that white person could be taken to court, sued, and punished. What white people ever went through that? Where your mere presence justified somebody in winning a lawsuit because you were there, and you ought to wonder why I don't hate everything white that I see walking. You all can't show that that happened to you. When were your people ever the basis for a lawsuit just because they live in a house? That was in Omaha, Nebraska during my lifetime. You all don't know it. You don't know anything. You talk about ignorance. White people collectively are the most ignorant group on the face of the earth in your city, in your state. And you wonder why I get upset. Y'all talk about this little piddling stuff. Your name is not on a water tower. People in Elkhorn want to stay a neighborhood. And we were the basis of a crime just by being present because white people hate us that much. You couldn't take it. I say about you what Jack Nicholson said in that movie. You can't deal with the truth. You can't handle the truth. So you act like it didn't occur. But I'm one of those black men who was not beat down by you. I was not discouraged. I was not intimidated, and I will not quit. And I will fight you every step of the way on any issue that I think I ought to show you what a black man is made of. A black man is not all the stereotypes you want to make us. Little black Sambo as a child, nigger Jim in middle life, old black Joe as an old man. All these things you consider great literature. I am not the walking stereotypes. And if you think I am, put me to the test. And I will not be the last one. I will not be the first one to leave. I'll be the last one standing. And if you want to have a stare down, I will not blink first. I don't care how many of you there are. I don't care how much strength you have. I don't care how you bluster and blow and threaten and name call. You know why I don't have email? Because people of your complexion loaded it up so much with racial slurs and threats that it couldn't be used for ordinary communication. So I gave it up. They won, in a sense, but they made it more difficult for them to get that trash to me. They got to send it through the mail now or try to sneak up when they think I'm not in my office and slide it under the door. That's what I contend with in this legislature. And all y'all got to do is sit up here with some little old bill and say, I may not get my bill. If I had a life that easy, you wouldn't hear a complaint pass my lips. You all couldn't confront what I confront and function like I function because you don't confront it and you don't function like I function.
1 minute.
But I'm going to be here, and you're going to have to contend with me one way or the other. So don't talk to me about representation and then talk this nonsense that you're talking. It has nothing to do with representation. You don't even know what representation means. Thank you, Mr. President.
Fisher. Voting yes. 25 ayes. 16 ayes, Mr. President, on the advancement of legislative bill 405.
lb405 does advance.